What's up guys? Welcome to our new camera comparison video. Today, we are going to do some fun side-by-side camera test comparison between iPhone X and the Note 8. Let's get right into it. Open the camera app on both devices. Number 1. Front-facing cameras. Starting off with the front-facing cameras. When capturing portrait in front lighting condition, we will notice that the Note 8 camera adds a bit of makeup effect to the portrait so that we get an instant skin texture enhancement. However, with the iPhone X, the final result is more true to life, or we get a more realistic skin tone. Let's turn around and see how these two cameras work in backlighting. As we can see, the backgrounds in both cameras are now completely overexposed. However, when we take a closer look, the Note 8 ended up showing a bit more detail than the iPhone X, but just a little bit. Number 2. Rear-facing cameras. Move on to the rear-facing cameras. When we compare two portraits taken with both devices, both of them delivers great result. However, if we zoom in a little bit, we will notice that the background in the portrait taken with Note 8 is more soft and blurrier, whereas the background looks sharper on the iPhone X. Further, blow it up. We can tell that the Note 8 does a better job in reducing noises while maintaining more details. Number 3. Stabilization test. Test videos are recorded in 4K at 30 FPS. Both devices have optical image stabilization in rear cameras. As seen from the actual results, both phones are doing an average job without too much difference in terms of performance. Number 4. Burst mode test. When shooting static objects in burst mode, there isn't much notable difference. Both phones do a great job by having a super fast shutter speed. Now let's see how they work when we shoot the dynamic traffic flow. As we can see, the Note 8 performs well with its shutter speed still being very fast. However, with the iPhone X, the shutter speed is turned down to almost half. This is just a basic test of the burst mode in both devices. Now we are going to long press the shutter and do a side-by-side comparison. As we can see, both phones start to capture continuously. As a result, the continuous capturing speed with Note 8 is much faster than iPhone X. Note 8 stops capturing when it finishes the first 100 shots, whereas iPhone X doesn't have a limit. When Note 8 takes 100 pictures, iPhone X has just finished less than 60 pictures. Now, we are pretty sure the Note 8 wins a bit in terms of continuous capturing speed. What about the photo quality? Photo taken by iPhone X tends to have a higher level of contrast and sharpness, and yet the final quality doesn't outperform the Note 8. The difference in terms of fine details isn't noticeable as well, even when zoomed in to approximately 500%. Number 5. Autofocus test. Next, we are going to run an autofocus speed test. Test videos are recorded in 4K at 30 FPS. Autofocus speed with iPhone X is good. When it comes to Note 8, the autofocus speed is almost the same as iPhone X. It's just that the transition with iPhone X is smoother than the Note. Number 6. Still photos. First up, we are going to take a look at this picture of a doll. Looking at the iPhone, you will notice that it's got a bit of higher level of contrast and saturation, as always, so that the iPhone's overall image is a bit warmer and it looks a bit better color-wise. Bokeh background effect looks almost the same when zoomed in, but the Note 8 processes bokeh in a softer way, and whereas with iPhone you will notice more sharpness. Let's now take a look at some finer details. You will notice more details on the iPhone shot, but the details are almost gone when it comes to the Note 8 shot. In highlighted areas, iPhone photo is overexposed and thus we can barely see many details, but the situation with Note 8 is better with more details maintained in highlighted areas. Number 7. Landscape shot. Look at another shot of buildings with sky in the background. The iPhone X did handle the sky details better. What's more, you will notice more sharpness and contrast with the iPhone shot when you blow it up. In shadow areas, iPhone X also did a better job in reducing noises. Number 8. Low light shot. Here are some low light shots. Low light shots are definitely impressive on both phones, and with these building shots, you can immediately see that both phones did a great job in keeping the details with low noise. There aren't any noticeable differences at all. iPhone camera performance has improved by leaps and bounds in recent years. This is especially true when it comes to low light environments. Here is another extreme test in which we took two portraits when there's barely any natural light. As we can see, the background lights look no different. Both devices process the exposure pretty well. However, it's pretty obvious that the Note 8 produced a portrait much better than the iPhone. With the iPhone shot, we can barely see any details on the portrait. This time, let's turn the flash on. The sky area is now completely black on the iPhone shot. Buildings are underexposed. We seem to lose many details on the photo. The portrait itself looks no better than the Note 8 shot as well. All in all, the Note 8 camera performs better than iPhone 10 in low light conditions with flash on or off. Number 9. Slow motion test. Last but not least, we are going to do a slow motion test. Both phones support recording slow motions at 240 frames per second. From what we see in the video, there isn't much difference. Let's take another dynamic shot. End result also shows that in slow motion mode, we can barely see much difference in final video as well. However, with iPhone X, the slow-mo video supports for 1080p at 240 frames per second, and yet Note 8 only allows you to record at 720p at 240 frames per second. Alright, that's it. Hope this video helps you better understand the difference between iPhone 10 and Samsung Galaxy Note 8 in terms of camera function. Subscribe to our channel to get more videos to come. Thanks for watching.